us, and they came and moved their car. I don't know.
They still have one?
I was just like, I'm gonna have to. I was yelling. I'm gonna have to walk to city council. And Andy goes, no, wait. I'll go across.
All right, it being Tuesday, October 15th, 2024, City Hall. I'll ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Councilman Cohen,
Present.
Councilman Phillips, Councilman Welch, Councilman Munger,
Here.
Councilman Haycraft, Mayor Pro Tem Dobson,
Here.
Mayor Lauderman.
Here. There being a quorum present, I'll call the meeting to order. If I could get Councilman Munger to do the invocation.
Lord, we just come before you and we ask your blessings on this community. We ask your blessings on this meeting. Give us wisdom. Give us exactly what we need to do in this place. We ask you to continue to guide us in each and every one. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion to excuse Councilman Phillips, Welch, and Haycraft.
Moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have an agenda. We have a motion to amend the agenda tonight. So,
Mayor, I make a motion to amend the agenda, adding Chad Walden and Jennifer Rule. The subject is Veterans Day Parade.
motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, I need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I need approval of minutes of the regularly scheduled council meeting September 17th, October 1st, September 9th, and September 16th. Those are the special meetings.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Need approval of motion to approve payroll and claims for the first half 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Blake Kramer, 305 North Main Street, building stairs and parking. Well, I know HDDC said. I'll make it.
Mayor.
Yeah.
I have a real concern. This proposed staircase would a public lot. The council has previously taken the position that in order for someone to use the space in that lot, that we would require a lease. In this case, this is probably a more burdensome because steps are going to be permanent. So it's not, the request that was made to us was she wanted to reserve it at particular periods of time for her employees. This is the exact same lot. I would recommend probably what the procedure we would need to follow here is if they want to do this, they would need to submit a request to the building inspector under section 2-4, that's right, 2-4, to request either a long-term lease or a sale of a tract of ground. I would say based upon our prior precedent we set, council should probably consider rejecting that. We had taken a previous position that we weren't willing to do that, but certainly I think if we were going to do that, there would be a need to do a request under 2-4.
Yep.
Mayor, I don't disagree with that, but I did just come from there and I measured what they had proposed. 36 inches did not impose on the parking space that would be directly in front of that.
Still on the lot.
But still, it's still a public parking lot.
I'll drop my motion.
Well, I would recommend that perhaps someone needs to tell them that they ought to follow the procedure under -4. And she's going to hate me for this, but probably the person you ought to tell them that would be the city. Oh, well, if the city manager wants to do it, I think that's great too. But I mean, there is a procedure that we're supposed to follow if we're going to lease or
Then
sell.
I'll amend my motion to, I move that we don't, pending city manager talking to them, and they back. That's my motion.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thanks.
Sure.
Gary Griffin.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. What can we do for you tonight?
I have a request. I wanted to share a little bit about myself for a second. I was born and raised here in Hannibal. I grew up out on Orchard Avenue. My dad was John Griffin with Griffin Greenhouse. Also worked for my uncle Danny at Griffin's Flowers for years. And attended, born and raised in the United Methodist Church on 9th and Broadway. August 12th, I purchased my church that I grew up in. I have been living down in St. Louis for 30 years, the St. Louis area, and I taught music. I got a master's degree in music education, and then I started working at Boeing 10 years ago, so I'm a project manager at Boeing. I still have this job, so we get laid off, but as you can see on the news. So I have a request. I am opening a music school at the church, and the church will have two full businesses. Part of it is a performance hall and a sanctuary for concerts. I've already have like 5 bookings for concerts, and the seating capacity is 252 sanctuary. And in the fellowship hall, we will be having lesson rooms, and I have 7 teachers already ready to teach, and I have about 50 to 60 students that are ready to learn. And so they are bugging me about getting going with business. I purchased the building August 12th, and I've been trying to get it ready to go. So part of that, I met with the fire inspector, Tom Stout, and another fireman, and with Mike, sorry, don't know the last name, building inspector. We did that about a month ago. Walked through the church for about an hour, hour and a half, went over where smoke detectors should be, exit lights on back doors, things like that. So at this point, I am having installed the exit lights and the emergency lighting, but they required a code review, so I have had that code review completed by MECO Engineering, and it came back that I should have a monitored fire safety alarm system installed. This was a surprise to me, and I have received 3 bids. The lowest bid I've received is $13,000, which is something that is beyond my means right at the moment. So I'm requesting a extension that I could go ahead and open for business with the total understanding that I'm complying with the code review that was requested, and it will be installed in, I would say, 2 to 3 months. So that's my request to the city.
Well, unfortunately, since you are a public venue, those are items that are related to. So, in order to open with a large group or hold classes or anything, those things would have to be installed. City code, city ordinance.
Well, the International Fire Code does say that there can be an extension granted. That's why I'm here this evening.
Mayor, if I could.
Sure.
I think as legal counsel, I think my biggest concern in regard to an extension would be the fact that you have not given a proposal and a specific deadline by which things would be done. And I'm certainly not saying that you're not telling the truth or you do exactly what you say, but the concern is there have been problems in the past when the council has given people extensions and not made requirements that 1 month turns into 3 months, turns into 3 years. And there is obviously a public safety issue, and the city's obligated to look out for public safety. I would suggest that maybe if you gave a specific deadline and gave a specific timeline by which you were going to accomplish certain things, with the understanding that didn't meet that deadline, the city was probably going to chain your doors. And I'm not saying that you need that as a threat, but my point is that would give the council something to work off of and know that it is something, whether it's a reasonable period of time or not.
Okay. Well, today is October 15th, so I would say by January 15th. And you would be welcome to lock my doors if I could not comply.
My concern would be, I think it ought to be something in writing.
Sure.
So they're be given a formal response. And I'm not trying to speak for the council, because obviously the council can tell me, hey, shut up. We're going to do this anyway. But my recommendation would be to the council that they not give you a response until they had a formal written proposal in regard to what your timeline was going to be.
Okay.
So I will make a motion to table this issue next council meeting.
Okay.
That should give you time to get with Mike in the building inspector's office, fire department, out a timeline. I think that's the correct step for us to do, rather than just to tell you. Out. I have to be in writing.
Sure. All right.
So that's my motion.
Sorry. Can I ask
Yes, ma'am.
James one thing? At that point, if an extension is granted, right? Usually grant business license without certification, past inspection, both in the building inspector and the fire. So
I think, Melissa, the appropriate, if the council does it, and I'm not trying to tell the council what to do, but if the council grants it, I think they could instruct you to issue a provisional permit that would be good until whatever date it is, the deadline, and then with the agreement that you'd need to,
Inspection.
with your inspections, you'd need to make a formal request for a full permit, and then you could move forward with that. And of course, you could do, if you get your work done before that, you could certainly do it.
Let me ask a question. So if something happens, if we grant this and something happens in the building, God forbid, that somebody gets killed because of a fire or something like that, where does that leave the city in a liability?
She makes a very good point that we are governed by the International Fire Code. We have adopted that by reference, and there is a provision there for good cause shown. And be my suggestion that so long as you restrict it to a reasonable period of time and it's linked to good cause shown, that would be something that would not unduly increase the liability on the city. However, that's why I wanted it in writing, and that's why I thought it was appropriate to have a particular timeline. Now, just because she submits that request does not mean that you all need to approve it. Again, I don't want to misspeak, and I don't want the council to think I'm trying to tell you what to do or say I think that's appropriate. I'm just saying I don't think it's appropriate at all without a written request which sets a specific timeline, some agreement that we would withdraw the ability to continue operating until such time it was complied with. That's my big concerns.
I do have liability insurance, a $2 million policy. I have that in place now.
Okay.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in
Yes.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'm going to say that probably 90 days.
Sure. Hopefully it'll be a lot sooner than that.
Okay.
And a couple of comments I have to make. I would like to see when you come back before us, how often you have classes. You may know that already.
Okay.
Is it every night? Is it twice a week?
It would
Is
be Monday through
you know?
Friday, 4 to 8 p.m. At the very most, there would be 20 people at one time during the evening because students change every half hour.
And also, I would like to see that, you know, when you make this arrangement with the fire department and building inspector, that they make a statement of some kind that says, except this is the only thing not giving full, preventing us from giving full approval.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
All right, thank you.
Hang on.
Right. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Under myself, I'd like to recommend reappoint appointments to the tree board of Chris Trevathan, Paul Ewart, and Susan Walker. For a first reading. Andy? Pretty much.
Good evening, Mayor. It's not my most, my highest was 9 items. This is only 6. Several things tonight. Thank you, Mayor. First up, we recently went out for bids quotes for a new cab utility tractor for the Parks Department. Side and Stricker had, or John Deere has state bid, Side and Stricker has Sourcewell bid. So they, the low bid we're accepting. It's for a new John Deere cab tractor at $57,889.80. This will replace a 24-year-old cab tractor that has lived its useful life. At next council meeting, we have several items that we're surplusing that we're going to be selling on Purple Wave, and that item will be there. And that whatever we get out of that sale will help reimburse this one.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next up, the Parks and Rec and Street Department went out for its annual truck bid. And this one's kind of a little bit of a different one. Joe Mockins had state bid. Both local dealers, Tom Bowen and Pogues, were able to beat it. Pogues actually had the low bid total, but in talking with our suppliers of our snowplow equipment, spreader bodies, dump truck spread, it won't match up to what we're trying to do, hydraulics and different like that. So we are recommending the second low bid, which is Tom Bowen. Total price of $105,208 for 2 trucks. That's split between both departments. We will then, at a later date, have everything to go with the spreader bodies and all that in here as well. When we're going to get these, it's anybody's guess. We just took our cabin chassis truck that we bought last year down to Woody's today. We might get it back by February. So you're looking at a year and a half for some of these vehicles. So,
Were these included in the budget?
yeah. Yep.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next up, we have the sale. We recently went out for bid for the sale of 1906 Spruce, 315 and 317 South Griffith. Aaliyah and Chase Hawes bid on $700 on all 3, so for a total of $2,100. Recommend sale to those. Back up.
Resolution 2520-20.
Next up's a big one. This is in regards to the airport fuel farm. This is something that I've been working on for about 5 years. I've been told over again that this would never be able to happen. I think I might be able to do this. Right now, we have an underground low lead tank that was installed sometime in the 70s. So basically, it's beyond its useful life, and it's really want to get it out of the ground. In addition, we have an above ground Jet A tank that is not, it's not enough capacity We sell a lot of Jet A to survival flight. And so it's a 5,000 gallon tank. We actually need a 12,000 gallon tank. We're not able to take full loads of gas, and so ups the price. So what this would be able to do is apply to use our BIL, bipartisan infrastructure law money, and our non-entitlement money, which we have about 800,000 of, to do this project. So we would get a new above ground 12,000 gallon Jet A tank. We would convert current low lead or a Jet A 5,000 gallon tank to the low lead. It should suffice us. This would be a huge gain, huge win for airport.
Excellent.
Specifically for myself, who's out there all the time dealing with it. So
We've been talking about it for a while. So.
yeah, and so this, all we're asking for now is to just apply to the money, whether or not we get it with MoDOT and approval. That'll all come later. This is the initial application, which requires a resolution.
Okay.
So.
That's resolution 2521-24.
And then what do we got next? I had discussed this last year. What we want to do as the street department is do a pilot sidewalk project. And so I want to take a 1 block section of sidewalk, a really bad section, and fix it completely, tear it out, put a whole new in, truncated domes, ADA on both sides, to allow us to kind of give the council an estimate of what this is going to cost in the future. We have right here in the 700 block of Church Street, a really bad sidewalk. And so we'll be able to do all this in-house. So we'll be able to get materials, costs, equipment costs, labor costs, and tell you, okay, this is what a typical sidewalk is going to cost. That way, in the future, if money becomes available, we can budget accordingly. So what we would do is replace the sidewalk sometime in the next 60 days and get the numbers. As part of that, we need an easement at 701 Church Street for a little bit of the project. So James was able to draft this, and the homeowner is agreeing. And this is the last step.
Resolution 2522-24. Follow on.
Okay, last up, we are switching from American Red Cross to StarGuard Elite LCC for all of our lifeguard accreditations. We were with StarGuard several years ago, switched back to Red Cross, and then we're switching back to StarGuard. Biggest reason right now is Myrma's going to pay for half of the audits and trainings. They'll reimburse us. So we always need money, especially at the pool. So this is going to help. StarGuard's fastly becoming the largest ones. So Myrma really would like us to go with them. And so this approved, we'll start that process immediately.
Have we been using some type of consulting services in the past?
Yeah, we're required to.
What kind of cost has that been, just out of curiosity?
It's the same about a price, about $4,600. So what happens is our aquatic instructor is certified, goes and gets the certification to do all of our lifeguard training. And then they train in-house our lifeguards here. It's a really good thing. Not a lot of pools do it. Most places you have to bring your own certification, which costs $300 or more. We do it for free. So
we're getting the same services, just different company, but we're getting money back.
yep, same services, different company, and getting half the money back.
Yeah.
So pretty good deal. So
And that's resolution 2523-24.
all I got. Thank you, Mayor.
And then we have Eric, but I'm going to make a motion that we table this issue for the time being. Clarification.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Now we have Walden. Best for last, right?
Thank you for the agenda. Appreciate you guys. What I'd like to ask for is Veterans Day Parade, November 9th, Saturday before Veterans Day.
Okay.
Yeah, we have,
Chad, you're going to do the regular parade route, start at Save-A-Lot, go down to Main Street, go
I
north
understand
on
there's
Main.
gonna be some construction.
Could be
We'll-
some
Yeah,
construction
we'll
down
make
there.
amendments to that. That won't be an issue. We already have our $1 million policy in effect as well.
And insurance and stuff.
Everything's on file.
I'll make a motion that we approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Super. Thank you, council. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. I need a motion to have the clerk read Resolution 2520-20.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution number 2520-24. Resolution of the City of Hannibal authorizing the mayor to execute a sales agreement and special warranty deed with Aaliyah and Chase House for the sale of the city-owned property located at 1906 Spruce, 315 and 317 South Griffith for the amount of $2,100. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson?
Yes.
Mayor Lauderman?
Declare resolution number 2520-24 duly approved. Adopted. Now I need a motion to have the clerk give resolution 2521-24 a read.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2521-24, a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign an application with MoDOT Aviation for federal and state assistance for upgrades to the Hannibal Regional Airport fuel farm. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson?
Yes.
Mayor Lauderman?
Yes. Declare resolution number 2521-24 approved and adopted. Need a motion to have resolution 2522-24 read by
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2522-24, a resolution of the City of Hannibal authorizing the mayor to execute a temporary construction easement with Heavenly Acres for a pilot sidewalk replacement project in the 700 block of Church Street. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson?
Yes.
And Mayor Lauderman?
Yes. I declare resolution number 2522-24 duly approved. I need a motion to have resolution number 2523-24 read by the city clerk.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2523-24, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a $4,600 contract with consulting services between the City of Hannibal and Stargard Elite LLC. Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson?
Yes.
And Mayor Lauderman?
Declare resolution 2523-24 duly approved. Now, I need a motion to go into closed session in accordance with RSMO 610-21, subparagraph 1, 2, 3, 12, and 13, admitting myself, city council, city manager, city attorney, city clerk, Maria, and Andy.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson?
Yes.
And Mayor Lauderman?
Yes.